The only thing that mattered was what happened to them when they used any substance. That these young women were able to grasp. Third, many women found the 12-step language to be a challenge. Because the wording was extremely male-oriented, it was quite off-putting for many women. Such male-centric language created a barrier between some women and the help they so desperately needed. It became hard for them to digest the message when they couldn't get past the inexhaustible references to he, him, and men. Sometimes just seeing she and her felt more inclusive. A Woman's Way Through the 12 Steps was a refreshing departure from the archaic language many of us grew up with, especially when referencing God. Ultimately, the women I've worked with were taught to go beyond the language and relate to the message. But in the beginning, some just needed a little push. It's important to meet people where they are, and Stephanie Covington has done just that. By 2003, I was already a Stephanie devotee. I had published my first book and was invited to speak at a series of Hazelden's Women Healing Conferences. Much to my surprise, I was to share the platform on many occasions with Stephanie. That was the beginning of a friendship that has only grown over the past 20 years. And as a lawyer, I have had the opportunity to assist her on a number of occasions. How grateful I am that she trusted me with areas quite personal to her, her published materials. When we are open, I believe God presents us with untold opportunities to experience new people, new places, and new things. People, places, and things we might never encounter, but for a new attitude. I love and admire Stephanie, and I feel fortunate to call her a friend. When she asked if I would write the foreword to the 30th anniversary edition of A Woman's Way Through the 12 Steps, I considered it an honor and a privilege. Over the years, I have recommended her vast body of work to hundreds of women. Not only A Woman's Way Through the 12 Steps, but her work around trauma, her work with women in correctional facilities, and her extensive material focused on young women. It is very apparent how much Stephanie cares not only about the work, but whom she does it for. In 1994, Stephanie Covington wrote A Woman's Way Through the 12 Steps. It was a groundbreaking book back then. 30 years later, she has made it even more relevant. It continues to be a game changer. What Stephanie has done in this updated version is focus on using the 12 steps, not just to recover from addiction, but to create useful lives for ourselves and those we serve. Stephanie wrote, "We first use the 12 steps to recover from addiction, to stop drinking or using or other compulsive behaviors. But as we look back, we find that the steps have created a foundation upon which we can build our lives." If you love the original, you will appreciate this one even more. If you are new to the work of Stephanie Covington, grab a seat, a cup of tea, and a cozy blanket, and get ready for A Woman's Way Through the 12 Steps, 30 years later. Francine D. Ward, lawyer, speaker, author, recovering person. Introduction to the 30th Anniversary Edition. As a woman in a 12-step recovery program, or as one who is beginning to think about recovery from addiction, you may be thrilled to find a book that focuses on your issues as a woman in recovery. Or you may be wondering what this book offers that you have not found in other books or in 12-step literature and meetings. Through my own recovery from alcoholism and my professional and personal relationships with women in recovery from a variety of addictions, I have found that most 12-step programs overlook a number of issues women face. These include the effects of the 12-step language on women, the psychological development of women as it relates to addiction and recovery, and the social and cultural factors that affect us, both in general as we navigate a male-dominated society and specifically as women living through addiction and recovery. The issues faced by people with diverse gender experiences, non-binary, transgender, gender non-conforming, and more are overlooked as well. As a result of these oversights, many of us have struggled to stay with a recovery program that does not completely meet our needs or match our values.